Imagine a traveler. And she's smelling all the new smells of this city, and she's hearing all these new noises, and she's taking it all in. And she comes upon an activity in her excursions that she's never seen before. And so she's curious. She says, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" And the guy turns and says, "I'm a bricklayer. I'm laying bricks." This doesn't resonate if English is your second language. And so she comes upon a second man, and she says the same exact question. "Excuse me, sorry to bother you. What are you doing here?" He says, "I'm constructing walls. I'm a contractor. This is a load-bearing wall. It's going to carry beams to the roof." And she's like, "Okay, walls, that resonates." But just for giggles, she asks one more guy just a little further down up on the scaffolding, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" And he says, "I build cathedrals. And I make cathedrals. And cathedrals are a place of hope, a place of faith, and a place of refuge." My name is Stephanie Chen. I'm the Chief Legal and Culture Officer at Chen Med. And in my career, I have laid bricks, I have built walls, and I have built cathedrals. One moment about me. We'll be back in a second. I want to hear about you. Can you take out your phone? Hopefully you still have battery. And scan this QR code. I have one simple question for the room. Can you see it? If you're on the sides, I'll get out of the way. What do you do for a living? Will you tap that and just put it in there? We're going to have a word cloud and get to see all of your beautiful responses. Oh, wow, here they come. They'll get bigger as we have more people. We've got some business owners, HR business partners, financial advisors, real estate agents, teachers. I love that. We are going to come back to this. You can keep writing your answer. I'm going to tell you, when I was 15 years old, I went on a life-changing trip to Nicaragua. And I'm in Nicaragua, and because I can speak 4 phrases in Spanish, I get the promotion from painting and cleaning to patient intake forms at a free clinic. And I'm so jazzed for this promotion, and so I say, with my warm embrace and my best español, "¿Cómo te llamas?" And I'm writing down their name, and I'm embracing these patients of Nicaragua, and I'm loving on them, and I'm getting them access to medical care, and I feel so alive. I feel so invigorated, and this is like the best week of my life. And I think, wow, I am doing meaningful work. Now, fast forward, now I'm 19, and I've got my first job at Chen Med, and I'm there, and guess what I'm doing? I'm answering the phones, and I'm taking down names, and I'm doing it in my first language of English, and I've got air conditioning and a payroll, and I feel like my job is meaningless. I feel like it's entry level, and I feel like there's no worth in it. What changed? What a difference. From meaningless to like invigorating, the only difference was where? Here. Like the bricklayer and the cathedral builder. The only difference was my mindset. If you can be vulnerable with me, will you raise your hand if any of you have ever laid bricks in any role, past or present? Yeah, thank you for that. Me too, me too. Fast forward a bit, I've grown in my career, and now I'm an attorney at Chen Med. I'm general counsel. And I want to tell you that that feeling of meaningness and that feeling of purpose are not role dependent. Because I was a GC, and we heard this morning that attorneys are the pessimists, right? But okay, so attorneys out there, I feel ya. But I just felt like, gosh, every day I would get like thrown a problem, and I'd have to fix this problem, come up with a solution for this problem, and then toss it back. And then I'd get hit with another problem, and I'd have to fix this problem, come up with a new SOP, and then throw this problem back. And it got demoralizing. I felt like I was just cleaning other people's messes, and I was so reactive instead of strategic and proactive. And so my journey to culture began, and it was just so natural. Because one day what happened was we got sued for the stupidest thing. And at Chen Med, we're almost perfect, right? But we did do this thing wrong. And someone sued us for something so small that if they had literally just tapped their manager on the back and said, "Hey, I noticed you're doing this wrong," that could have solved it. But instead, they felt like they had to go to a governing authority. And I thought, gosh, if this was a friendship, and I did one thing wrong, let's say on my paper in elementary school, I put my name on the top left instead of the top right. And instead of my friend just tapping me on the shoulder and saying, hey, Stephanie, your name goes on the other side. If she went to the teacher, would that be a good friendship? No. Would I have a good relationship with her? No. And so it caused me to ask this question: do we have a good relationship with our employees? Do we have a good relationship with our team members if they have to go somewhere else instead of to us, instead of to me? And so my journey to culture began. I started with surveys, engagement activities, let's do some recognition platforms, all the stuff that you think of when you build culture. But as I started to go down that to-do list, what I realized is culture is not a checklist. Culture is not a list of activities. Culture is a feeling. And it's hard to get a board to give you money for feelings. It's hard to get an SOP around feelings, right? But I was so convicted that culture was feelings because I had felt it before. And where had I felt it? In the strangest of places, folding jeans. I had had a job in retail, and I loved going into work. And I loved going into work because my friends were there. And when I was there, we had so much fun together. We belonged. We knew each other's names. We had inside jokes. We had a blast folding denim. You could have asked us to do anything. Take all the broken hangers downstairs to the dumpster. Fine, because we were happy and we were together. And our customers felt that joy, and we felt happy to be at work. So what I realized was that joy from retail and that purpose from Nicaragua did not have to leave when I came to the very serious corporate setting of Chen Med. You can have joy and you can have purpose in your very serious job as a teacher, in real estate, as an HR business partner. Everything we do, we can have that combination and beautiful blend of joy and purpose. And that's when I realized my purpose. My unique purpose is to help other people feel joy, to have fun as an attorney, to have fun in healthcare. And it sounds like it's not possible, but it is, because at Chen Med we get to do it. Check out our shirts. But that's my purpose. Now, the Oxford Dictionary defines purpose as a reason for something existing or a reason something was created. Does that resonate? Purpose, a reason for its existence or a reason that it was created. Now, I believe that we were all created with a unique sense of purpose on our life. Just like you have a unique fingerprint, right? You have a unique fingerprint. I believe you have a unique purpose. And I believe if you're a life coach in the room, your purpose is so inspiring. You get to make people feel better about themselves and become a better version of themselves, if we'll do the work with you, right? And if you're a parent in the room, you have this amazing purpose and privilege of raising up the future, a more loving and beautiful future. And if you're a teacher or a real estate agent or even in hospitality, right? You get to give those travelers all those new smells and all those new experiences and bring others joy. Whatever your purpose is, I hope you find it. And at Chen Med, like I said, I have been everywhere, right? As a bricklayer, I was an attorney, and I was just kind of fielding problems. And as a wall constructor, I was doing surveys and trying to do the checklist of culture. But as a cathedral builder, I'm saving lives. Because the people that I inspire, these amazing physicians over here, that's what they're doing. And I get to fuel them, encourage them, and provide support for them to save lives. And it's such inspiring work. And as an attorney, I get to change the world because they're changing the world, because I'm tapped into the mission that they're tapped into. And that's what's so beautiful about purpose. I promised you that we would come back to that QR code again. So will you scan this just one more time? And as you're scanning, the same question: what do you do for a living? But this time, I'll give you a chance. As you scan, will you write less about your job description and your daily activities and more about your purpose? Helping people find themselves, bringing joy, bringing laughter, Inspires on there a couple times. Lifting others up. Raising tiny humans. Helping people grow. What's your cathedral? What's your bigger thing that your purpose taps into? I'm Stephanie Chen, Chief Legal and Culture Officer at Chen Med, and I'm saving lives.